older generation, Mzee and Betty, that is the firstborn and the secondborn, were always the one who bore the brunt of his harshness. And at times, Mzee would side with him to punish Betty when Betty had done something wrong. But the little ones, it was always Young and myself who would be ganged upon to be punished more. Not that others were not punished. But there's one thing he taught us at some point. You know, when you are taken through disciplinary proceedings, you learn to survive. Human ability is to adapt, to survive. The harshest punishment that was ever meted in our house was to be denied food at night. You will be caned, corporal punishment, and the ultimate punishment was denial of food. I remember one time, Young and I, Young is the third born. Young, for those who don't know, some people call him Wakili, but we call him Young. He was called Young Boy by my grandfather when he was born. Young and I had committed an atrocity. We had gone together to attack a neighbor's daughter who had tried to talk down on us. So we ganged up, they ganged up, but we won the war. But unfortunately, their father was the first to report the war that had taken place that afternoon. So we were condemned to be punished that night. So when the father from that lady came to report, my siblings all ganged up. Food was just about to be ready. Betty was cooking. Then Betty decides, whatever is ready, you two come here to the kitchen. Now she was giving us food. Eat quickly, because we know what is coming. You are going to sleep angry after this reporting is done. So can you eat quickly? And everybody stopped eating. They were like encouraging us. You swallow quickly, because it's coming. But true to add, we couldn't swallow a lot, but we swallowed nevertheless. The beating came. We were condemned to a night of not eating, but to show his love. Now, it was in this case I showed my siblings coming together to make sure that they mitigate. We don't feel the pangs of hunger after the canes. So they made sure they fed us quickly, but we were still caned. Then we were condemned to a night of no food, locked in the kitchen. You don't sleep in your bedroom, sleep in the kitchen. But also is a test of resilience. You will not eaten, dare you touch his food, because in the morning it will be checked. Did you eat any leftovers in that kitchen? So you are being tested. So you've been made to sleep hungry, but dare you open the cupboards that you are trying to eat the leftovers that are kept there. That will be double punishment. But to show his love in the morning, to mitigate, he will make sure that first thing in the morning, you are given hot porridge, because you slept hungry. You can't be given hard food. So you take hot porridge at 5 a.m. in the morning, when everybody else is sleeping. When they wake up, they're having their breakfast, you will have an extra slice of bread that is buttered or that is margarine. So that to atone for the punishment and the love. You could serve both of those two in equal measure. And we learned a lot from him as a family. In his final years, when my father fell sick, it was not something that we anticipated. We expected him to be with us for long. But he kept telling us every year, for almost the last 10 years, my time is almost up. I need to go. My time is almost up. I need to go. Every year he will say it. So we were psychologically almost prepared, but you can never be prepared when it finally happens. But I find peace in my heart that at the point of my dad's leaving, he was at peace with his children, he was at peace with his grandchildren, he was at peace with his wives, he was at peace with the church. When you were young, my dad was not a very religious person. But in his old age, he found his way to the Lord and he spent more time in the church. And he will, when we are speaking, throw in Bible verses. And I will ask him, when did you learn that? And he will say, I'm now a son of the Lord, and now it's time that I need to join my ancestors. It is you people to carry forward our generation and our ideals. That was love, and that was a good teaching. But I want to embarrass my governor and Governor Avenya briefly. You know, when I started my political journey, my dad used to tell me that, my son, I see you decided you want to become a politician. I'll support you. but you must have friends. One of my greatest friends that my dad recognized, he never saw us together, but he said, I see you with Orengo. Be like Orengo. Bed Korengo. Bed Korengo. Bed ngama wachora tiro marjo pin. Igeni kada Orengo gini kane chako siasa margi. Orengo nen mana university student. No onge gimoro. Beda Korengo. To ko wacho ni nen dwach Nyasaye from the time when I met Excellency Governor Orengo. Governor Orengo has held my hand as an advocate. And the time when we became very close with Governor was in 2017. Watimo campaign Maraila. Kaya notera campaign manager to Governor Jim Orengo, gi my friend Jimmy Wanjigi maneo chegni chopo. Negikawa kaka seniors maga, constantly telling me and teaching me the contours of politics. Kenogi nyisa ni make sure you do everything the right way and consult. Don't bring your personal interest egigi bro chandi. Koro kane wonu anyisa ni mako Orengo mondo puonj chik. Obu puonj nyaka siasa. I'm sure if you saw Governor Orengo, and now Betty is, I call her Betty, but she's my mother-in-law. I should not be calling her name because she's Kenya High. The entire Kenya High are my in-laws. So she's my in-law. So if she was to stand and see Governor Orengo gracing his funeral, it will be an honor, and I thank you very much for coming. And when I was doing my politics, he also told me, make friends with people. But he had seen me on TV representing Governor Wavinya. So he will say, ni Nyakamba ma timonega kestia. Nyakamba no bendi, makura mako dosie. Chingno konyi kidhi ukampani kocha. Kendo no nenaga. So kaka na Wavinya obiro kae ka wuonu, mane wuonu apane na wagiwangi. Noneno kamane TV ka represented. My father will be honored today to see to it that one day Wavinya Ndeti man, the one she was saying that I be friends with, has come to give him his final respect. And he didn't leave it there. He told me, ninya kajo Muslim gibendi bedi go siepe. Bedo siepe giji mangeny. Bedo siepe giji mangeny. But I did not get to tell him that I made a friend in Mombasa. He's called Mr. Helef Alifa, chairman of Muslims for Human Rights, Emeritus. Now, he is a board member of that organization. And Helef has been my friend for the longest time. We've done so many cases with Helef that anytime we're seen together in Mombasa, anytime I go to Mombasa, Helef picks me personally from the airport. And he drives me himself, despite that his advanced age. So, he will always tell me, make friends with people even in the Muslim world. Helef, leo umefika Alego. Tumekukaribisha kuja uone Wajaluo. Na Wajaluo wajue ya kwamba wanapenda watu wote. Helef fights for human rights across the country. Mano was just for introduction. Dontinya kosipeka kama ng'eny mobiro. Ubiro kowa. Osiepe wete na, osiepe nyimine na, osiepe mine na, osiepe kwere na, jogwengwa, jokakan mobiro ka. Ago nwero kamano jo alekwa, kumbiro mubiro, mondukonya ko uonwa. Tokati eko section no, ado wacho mae. Our in-laws, Ochewa, the Dawa family. The Dawa family are...
Mimi naleta Nyanza hapa na Kisumu ni kwa furaha au kwa msiba. Hayo ndio mambo ambayo inaleta mimi Kisumu. Lakini ni muhimu kujua kwamba hapa mbele nina James Orengo. Kama mwakumbuka miaka ya 90 alikuwa na vuguvugu linaloitwa Mwangaza. Is it? Mageuzi. Moyo akizunguka akisema mapinduzi. Hao wanataka kupindua serikali. na tukakula tia gesi ya Moi na marungu ya Moi barabarani kwa wingi sana. Willis is a friend for a purpose. We have gone to court so many times, and whenever I want to go to court, issues that national issues, it is him on pro bono basis. Orengo is the same. He has taken so many of my cases on pro bono basis, where their lawyers have been paid 70, 80, 100 million. They do it for us on free of charge. So Willis is a very good friend of mine. Orengo is my brother from 90s. And you know, during that time, Betty, Martha Karua, Martha Kome, they were in forefront fighting for women's rights in this country, and they will never be forgotten. Kwa hivyo nimekuja hapa kumpoleleza ndugu yangu huyu, na ilikuwa niondoke leo, lakini Orengo akanizuia, ananiambia hapana, lazima ulale, kesho utaondoka. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. Yofurua Niga Marjuo An Otieno Kochieng wodo lo wodo molo wodo Ochieng wodo biero wodo pany wodo pio manejado kijosa hola opio wodo odero wodo ragak mane kakano mano enonda ternika mano enonda kanyiso gik mane wonwa opuonja in his final days. Nonyisa ni nyaka beta nyalo siemo. What is your history from today to the time when your clan starts? Because without knowing your history, without appreciating your history, there is no future. I made sure that I was able to draw my family tree up to the Kakan clan. The only thing remaining is to take it from Kakan clan all the way to Ramogi, and from Ramogi to South Sudan, where we came from, down from Egypt. And I will do that with my able care and care. Kawuono no kanyal timo siasa elien uonwa. Ok bineno maber katimo siasa to jotenda ni ka. Koro adwa rwako jatenda maebele ni governor mosiepna. Governor Orengo nyalore Governor Orengo osemako bada ndalo mang'eny.